Let's talk about how to improve your essay writing. So for your exam, you will always have a question, the instructions. And in your introduction, you should be repeating the keywords. But if you want to stand out, you have to do it in a different way, in another way. You're saying the same information, the same content, but you're using your own words. Now, this technique is called paraphrasing. There are a few tips on how to paraphrase better, so let's go through them. Firstly, use synonyms. So if the question uses the word important, you can change it and use the word crucial. If the question uses the word problem, you can change it to predicament. Yeah, this is a way to show off your vocabulary if you know synonyms that are longer and bigger. Of course, make sure it's still suitable for the context, for the situation. Next, you can paraphrase by defining your key terms. Let's say the question uses the word cheap. Now, use a definition, explain what that means. So you can say, oh, the things are of a low price point, or the price is affordable and reasonable, right? So you're not saying the word cheap again, but you're saying the same thing. You're just dressing it up differently. Or vice versa. If the question has longer definitions, you can summarize it into shorter ways. Thirdly, let's think about categories. If the question has examples, you can think about the bigger box the examples fit into. So if the question says like, oh, this is great for the conservation of tigers and giraffes, then you can change it to the general term, like, oh, this is great for animals, this is great for wildlife. Fourthly, you can switch up the information order in a sentence, right? A sentence has something that comes in front and something that comes at the back. Yes, you can always change active sentences to passive and vice versa as well. So whatever that is written in front, you put it at the back. And whatever that's at the back, you take it in front, or vice versa. For example, if it says there are many causes to this problem, switch it around and say, this problem has many causes. Of course, this is not very strong paraphrasing because it still sounds super similar. So you have to use multiple tips together for the strongest paraphrasing. Lastly, you can change the sentence type. If it's a very long sentence, you can split it up into shorter sentences, or vice versa. If it's a short sentences, you can put it all together into a long sentence. For example, let's say the question says, a healthy life consists of consistent exercise, a nutrient-dense diet, and high-quality sleep. So you've noticed that there are 3 different main points here. So you can split them up. And you can use all the other techniques of like synonyms, definitions, categories as well. And then you can get, exercise is one of the tenets of good health. Furthermore, a diet that follows the food pyramid is also essential. Getting 8 hours of sleep is also a must, right? So it looks different now because you've split one sentence into 3. So let's look at a more general example. Let's say the question says that there are many ways to lead a healthy life. Now think of your synonyms. Many. What can I change many into? Ways. What can I change ways? Healthy, is there a synonym? Is there a word with a similar meaning there? So there are many ways to lead a healthy lifestyle. You can turn it into, there are a multitude of methods to maintain fitness in daily life. Or you can even do, a fit life can be achieved through a variety of healthy practices. There are an infinite number of combinations when it comes to paraphrasing, so whatever works for you, use it. So paraphrasing is definitely something you should master. For SPM English, for IGCSE, ESL, it's definitely for this idea of whenever you want to copy something, turn it around, say it in your own way. But for IGCSE First Language English, every single question asks you to use your own words. So this is like so important. This is like the number one key skill that you need to have. So if you want to improve your paraphrasing, feel free to hire me as your tuition teacher today, and let's make it happen.